Hello, Year 9. Today I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about GCSE RE. Um, I think that it's important to think about if you're going to choose RE that some of the things that you have studied in Key Stage 3, Year 7 and 8, and 9 are going to be helpful to you in taking GCSE RE, but at the same time, there will be quite a number of differences that will obviously take things to a whole new level and hopefully open up your mind and challenge you a bit if you're going to choose RE. Okay, so on this slide, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how GCSE RE works. Here's a list of topics you will cover in GCSE RE. So, GCSE RE will be broken down to two sections. Section 1 will be the study of two religions. The two religions that we will be studying in GCSE RE is Christianity and Islam. And out of those two religions, underneath them, you have two sections, beliefs and practices for each. So, for example, Christian beliefs, we will look at such things as salvation and the belief in the Trinity. Christianity practices, we'll look at how Christians practice their faith. So we'll discuss things like prayer or pilgrimage or worship. And then the same thing is for Islam. We'll look at what do Muslims believe, such as the Tawheed and the 6 articles of faith or the 5 roots and prophets. And then Islam practices, we'll look at how Muslims practice their faith. So the 5 pillars, praying 5 times a day, giving to charity, so on and so forth. So that's section 1. Section 2 is the study of 4 themes. Now there are 6 themes in total under AQA, but we only have to do 4. And the 4 that I chose that I think are best for us is Theme A, Religion and Families, Theme D, Religion, Peace and Conflict, Theme E, Crime and Punishment, and Theme F, Human Rights. And again, some of these things you might have studied in other classes or even in RE that you might can bring in some of that knowledge you have. And 50% of your grade is on the religions, 50% of your grade is on the themes. So the themes are what religious people would say or think about these topics. So everything that you're learning in paper 1, you're then bringing in also to paper 2. And each paper or exam will be an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, so when we talk about RE also, we must think about some of the skills that we might get from it, and some of the skills that we need to use to be successful in it. Understanding is a key ingredient to RE. Obviously, in a society where there's so much diversity and people from different faiths and backgrounds, helping us to be understanding of people is useful in RE. And to do that, we need to investigate and learn about different faiths. Also, important skill to have is questioning. You know, when you're in school, you're going to ask questions anyway, or when you don't understand something. Most of us are quite curious in nature anyway. But we want to also ask not only just why or how, but taking it further, just what are the implications? What does it mean for people in today's society? So questions like that, which are really good to helping you kind of dig deeper and find that deeper information that is accessible. Again, linking to that is thinking deeply, thinking critically, asking questions, and then not only asking questions but reflecting about what it is that we're discussing. Then we have other skills such as interpretation. So you might have a scripture in front of you or a source. What does it mean? And how could it be interpreted in different ways? And then you take that and you synthesize. You might come up with a explanation for it, or a sort of account that you've written up, and that might be you tying everything in together. And then finally, analysis, looking at things maybe in a different light, um, not just taking things at face value, and then evaluating, weighing up what's good, what's bad about this, or what are some strengths and what are some weaknesses. And you guys do that anyway in most of your subjects. And finally, I get asked all the time, why should I study RE? You know, what kind of job can I get with RE? I don't want to be a priest or a religious teacher. You know, what job can I get? Actually, being an RE teacher is pretty good, but you may not decide to go down that path, but you might want to know what skills or what things can you get from RE. Well, for example, if you wanted to be a doctor or a nurse, you needed to have a full, firm understanding of medical ethics. Obviously, many religious teachings might directly influence people in the job, so you need to think about things like maybe blood transfusions or euthanasia or some certain things like that that come into play when someone is making a life choice. Secondly, if we're going to talk about police officers, someone may want to be a police officer, you need to have a good understanding of multi-faith and multicultural issues in order to do an effective job. They must show tolerance and understanding and be against prejudice and discrimination. So if you have a clear understanding of people's religious beliefs and backgrounds, you're less likely to do anything that might be seen as being prejudice or discrimination, and you will most likely be more tolerant and hopefully more understanding to someone you might encounter. And then finally, maybe you thought about being a lawyer or judge. Most of them have studied religion and law as part of their training. Religion has influenced most of the laws in the UK and also in other countries. They must have a good knowledge of religious beliefs and teachings as this may affect how a person lives and acts. Okay, so they need to also understand RE or religious law, and in order to help them become better at making decisions and judgments in their own field. And these are just a few examples. So hopefully this has been helpful to you in thinking about RE as a possible subject that you'd like to study in GCSE. All right, thank you.